Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Gentlemen,
another week.
gentlemen, gentlemen.
Oh, well, now you've already done it. You've already ruined it. I didn't
Ruined it,
need your
ruined it.
backup.
I was being your hype man.
Hype man. I didn't need hype.
Yeah, I was
If
hyping you
I
up.
listen, if I wanted hype, I'd come in like, oh. I would come in like that, which I still might. But we got another week of the show. Sit back, relax, have fun, enjoy. If you agree with anything, comment below. If you disagree with anything, comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, all the stuff and this stuff. And let's go.
Right on. So what's
Eh,
on the agenda today?
well, so first of all, let's talk about Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger
Would you
Things.
finally? So I know on the show we typically do sports stuff, but we both finished watching Stranger Things kind of recently. You just finished it what, a couple days ago?
Yeah, it was earlier this week.
Yeah, and I finished it um well a few weeks ago when it came out. I watched it that first weekend.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was good. I thought it was the second to worst season so far. Personally, there's a lot of things I liked. There's some things I didn't like. I thought that they did a lot, way too much. I thought there was way too many storylines going off, so the payoffs kind of fell flat. Like the
What do you
gang
mean
of...
there's too many storylines? There had to be that many storylines.
Why did there have to be that many storylines?
Uh, for them to all make sense.
Huh?
You have all those characters, they weren't like together. You can't
Right.
just write them off. So you needed all those storylines. Now,
Did you? Like, couldn't the storyline be them just trying to get across country and the deadline? Do they need like the whole military intervention, which, um, by the way, spoilers. 11 blew up their their vehicles and shit, and they just like, oh well, it's time to go home. Like, there's nothing to that. Um, fuck the crazed
that was
lunatic.
just a side mission,
What the fuck
I
are you
guess.
talking about? That was 90% of the... Because 11 went and did her Goku training.
Yeah, see, that told the story of her getting there.
Yeah, she got there, and then she ultimately didn't need to be there because Paul Reiser is like, well, you're going to be bigger and better. And she really wasn't. She was the same. And
Well, she started with no powers, so to have powers when she left, I didn't care for that whole portion. To be
but
honest.
he sold it as the fact that she not only was going to get her powers, but she was going to be much stronger than she originally was. Which, I mean, at the climax of the whole series, I don't think that was the case. It didn't seem like it to me.
Well, we don't know that yet. She didn't really. I mean, she was able to take down Vecna. Like,
What she already did when she was like what, 5. So, I
I
mean,
don't know.
that don't mean nothing to
I
me.
didn't quite get that. What was happening there?
What do you
I mean,
mean?
she took him down, and then she was a young kid, but she was old. But it was in her mind. Like,
Well, that
that
was the
whole thing kind
memory.
of lost me.
That was the memory. See, she was training with those other kids, and then she was bullied, and then Voldemort which for some reason the doctor is like, you know what? Let's have this super duper evil kid around our these other kids that we're trying to train. Nothing could come of that. So Voldemort gets in Eleven's head, and eventually, like, it gets to the point where she releases him from this fucking magic suppressor that was in his neck, and he goes on a killing spree. So that was real. She was remembering that.
So this was all a memory
Right.
that she was reliving as an adult,
Uh
or
huh.
I don't know. Is she an adult yet? I don't know. Are they? They're teenagers.
Yeah, they're pretty close to being adults.
Yeah, I don't know if they're 18 or not yet. Um, it's relevant to the to the conversation. I guess the relevant part is whether we call them kids or not.
No, we could still call them kids. But
You're gonna be those old guys.
yeah,
Oh, look at them kids, the 20-year-olds. Look at them kids
they're 40.
in college.
Um, but no, I mean, Paul Reiser sold it like she was going to be better than she was, and she really wasn't. It
I'm
drives me.
saying you don't know that yet. They didn't really
She
explore her powers yet. And she
she
took down the whole military. Well, not the whole military, but those people that
she
were chasing her, she took them down. She freaking blew up the helicopter.
she crashed a helicopter. You think that's better? I think she could have done that in the earlier episodes. I think she could have done that in the first episode. The first season.
I'm just saying they didn't really explore the extent of her powers yet.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. I'm just saying that the fight that she had with Vecna, that was kind of, it was haphazard, or not haphazard. It was just kind of a letdown. So you had that, and then fuck, what else did you have? There's so much. Argyle, I wish he, like, how the fuck do you how does Eddie die, but then we have another season of Argyle? What the fuck?
Who's that?
The long-haired stoner.
Oh.
the the quote
You don't know.
the quote unquote comic relief.
He might be gone. Like
Um,
he might, that might have just been like a one-off, and is like,
no, he's coming back. He's like
dudes, I'm not
fucking.
gonna.
He's gonna be like Jar Jar Binks. He's gonna be the fucking. He's gonna have his own spin-off show.
You know, he was a pretty good character.
No, he
Jar
wasn't. He
Jar.
was awful. Oh.
What's that happening? He was a good character. I don't know why everybody hated on him.
I guess.
Just
What
'cause
was
of
it?
that. What's happening?
The Russian
The
thing.
racist ass.
That just seemed forced, or not forced, but rushed. And then
Rushed. It took almost all season.
yeah, but I don't know. They got
As a
there,
matter
and
of fact,
then
it did take him all season.
they broke out of the prison, and they broke into the prison, and I don't know.
It was weird that they went back into the prison.
Yeah,
Like, they could have taken it as breaking. You know, they got him out, and then that's the end of that story. But I see that. You see that they had to hold off on the whole reunion to the end
right.
of the season. So they had to do something to keep them away. But Vecna, he has the Freddy Krueger vibes. This is like the whole season was like Freddy Krueger season. Him killing people in their dreams.
Yeah. He well then and then there was the crazy high school kids. That didn't really there was no real payoff for that.
Right.
Lucas kind of
Yeah. After the mid-season finale, yeah, they they kind of didn't play a role anymore. I
No,
mean,
and
they
then,
showed
then
up because you see that was still there, but
yeah, and then what? Jason shows up and he beats the shit out of Lucas. But then they did the movie trope where even though in real life he would have been, it would have been all over. He magically comes back and knocks him out, and then like when the gate opens, he's just sawed in half. That's it.
I
And let's
know,
keep in
like,
keep in mind he was trying to help. He was crazy and shit, but he was trying to help. He was trying to help Max. He thought like she was in danger.
mm, I think he's just out for revenge at that point.
Well, yeah, he was. I mean, I think at first he was, but then think about it. Like one of your best friends like floats up and above you and gets crumpled,
And your girlfriend.
and your girl.
And
But
see,
he
he's
didn't see
still
that.
no, but I think at that point he knew it happened to both of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, he kind of saw what happened to Chrissy. Yeah, you're right.
But then to see that, then you're still blaming the Hellfire Club.
Well, you gotta blame it on
It's like
something.
I know. It's like I don't care
Because I mean, think
how
about it though.
demonic you think they are. This person just flew up in the air, and then all their bones were crushed.
Right, and all he knows is Eddie was there in both instances. In his mind, and I mean, keep in mind it's a small town. In his mind, it goes to the devil. So I mean, he's not. I don't think he's entirely a villain.
I
I just
mean,
think he's misguided.
yeah.
But it doesn't really matter because he just got sawed in half, and that's it. So, so what happens now? Like, do his friends just go, "Oh, well, fuck it"?
They get a new team captain.
They get a new team captain to swarm. So, I don't know. I just think there's way too much going on with it. And then, why the fuck? Why the fuck were they trying so hard to get to California and shit? Or not to California, from California to Indiana, when Eleven could have just mind fucked either one of them to begin with. Like she didn't have to go anywhere. She could have just sat on the shitter.
She had to go get her powers back,
Oh yeah, that's right. She got her
and
powers back.
they didn't know. I mean,
Okay.
it was a good part of the season when she went inside that girl's head with the skate.
That was the best part of the whole series.
I was like, oh, she's about to get her.
I didn't
And she
think
deserved it too. And then
she
Mike
sure
was a
did.
little bitch about it.
He was. They all were. They're like, oh, what the hell? Like even though like this group of kids. First of all, they assaulted her first at school. At the school, they pushed her down and crushed her little her thing. And
Yeah.
then at the skating rink, they publicly humiliate her. The little DJ guy with his little faggy sunglasses, he's in on it.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. And
Like he should
Mike's
have
just
got it
staring
too.
at him. Like Mike should have just bit him with his little rat teeth, but no, no, no. He's just staring. Come on, please. And they're all circling. What's her face? 11, and then she gets dunked on with a milkshake. And then I
Yeah.
think they fucked with her even harder after that, and then yeah. So I think 11 was justified in hitting her with the skate, and that was beautiful. Little fucking bitch.
I was rooting for it. I was like, oh, I didn't know she was gonna hit her with a skate. I knew she was gonna do something. I thought she was gonna like, I don't know, just beat her up with her hand.
Yeah.
But I said, whatever happened,
Well,
like she should have snatched her a long time ago.
11 is generally like one of my least favorite characters in the show, but after seeing her hit that little blonde bitch with the skateboard, that was a couple notches in my belt.
And then there's oh, I forgot where I was going with it. But yeah, it was good for that to happen to her. Um, the Hop storyline, did we touch on that?
The what?
Oh, we did. The Hop storyline, you said it was
Yeah,
rushed.
yeah, the rusher.
Him getting out of
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah. Like, how the fuck did he like? When did he start talking to Enzo? When did they form a bond? Like, they just kind of jumped into that, and
I mean, that's something that you could do a whole series just on that.
yeah,
Because, you don't just automatically start working the guard.
like I don't want to give too much of my personal information out, but anytime I've been around a confined area with guards, were never chummy with me. They didn't give me personal information.
Yeah, you just gotta start slow. I don't know. He probably heard something that was like, okay, this guy's trying to get out
I
of
don't
his
know.
situation.
They just kind of jumped into that, and they kept trusting that Yuri guy.
He was the most annoying of the season
I liked him at first.
when he was making his jokes.
Yeah.
He's
So
like, ah.
were you as big of a fan of Eddie as everybody else seems to be?
um, no.
No. No.
I mean, I know everybody likes him.
Everybody loves him.
He grew like
Like,
his
what was your
whole.
favorite Eddie scene? Tell me in great detail.
Yeah, I don't know. He just didn't grow on me too much. I mean,
Uh,
I'm bummed that he's not going to be. I think he would be a good addition, going forward.
yeah,
He would have been,
he would have been.
especially his little rock solo at the end.
Yeah, I like.
But unfortunately, they kept the wrong guy. They probably didn't think that he was going to get so over.
Probably not. Well, the who was that bitch from the first Barb? Um, like everybody went nuts over her, and she was only in it for like 5 minutes. So they should, like, anytime they introduce a new character, they should expect that because it happened.
Like, oh, we're gonna have a new character. Get ready. You know,
Yeah,
people are gonna want them to have their own spin-off series.
like there was conventions and shit, and they dressed as her. This character that was in there was nothing.
I mean, you're just trying to be like too cool for school at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm one of the most obscure characters, not one of the mainstream ones.
Who's so who's your favorite character?
Um, Probably I don't know. Probably what's his name? Hairdo.
That doesn't help.
Hairdo. The Harrington. Is it no? Is it Joey? Is his name? The one who was working Nancy. You
Oh,
know.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's your favorite?
The one who's about to he got in them guts already and he's about to get back in them guts.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense to me either, because the whole first season was Jonathan winning her over to show that he's not a creepy little dude that took pictures of her where she was in compromising positions, even though that's exactly what he did, and she was. And then, Steve lost her because he was a dick. And now she's going to go back to him. And it's
It's
like,
a redeeming story.
I
He's
guess.
changed his ways, I guess.
But
But yeah, that's what
Jonathan.
I was thinking. I was like, wait, didn't he already? We've already gone through this. You had your chance.
Well, for somebody that looks like Jonathan to not appreciate to not appreciate what they have, that again, I just can't wrap my head around that.
Well, he's gonna lose. You know, they did throw some caution at me at the end there when he was like when he asked her, "Are we okay?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She made me believe it.
Yeah, I don't. What is she doing? She she's trying to play with Steve's emotions. She knows what she's doing. She was all doe-eyed and shit. In the upside down, they almost kissed. Felt like they almost kissed.
Yeah, they kind of did. It was a matter of, it's good that they didn't kiss because she is still technically with other dude going on
She wasn't this
technicalities.
season.
Well, they were still together. They didn't like break up. They haven't broken
No,
up.
no, she was all about Steve. It was Jonathan who?
I know, but I'm saying they're still together. Her and
Yeah,
Jonathan.
but what I'm saying
You see,
is she
if you're
wasn't this
listening,
season.
kids, if you listen to kids, let that be a lesson to you. If you leave the state, leave your girl, leave your girl around another dude. Don't
You
be
mean
surprised if he's in her guts.
you mean to say that if you move from the Midwest to all the way to the furthest state in the West Coast permanently, that your girlfriend that you're trying to make it work with in the state that you left may or may not get her guts scrambled?
Yes,
Okay.
by her ex, which is worse.
No, what would
Or
be worse? Would be worse is a black dude. I said it, and it's not just any black dude. It's like DeMarcus Cousins, or uh, who's that dude from the Steelers? Always got fined.
Oh, golly, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I forgot his name though.
like he has tattoos all over. Answers the door. Answers the door shirtless. Looks down
You
at you.
gotta.
you're you're paying for the mortgage of the house, yet he looks down at you.
He's opening the door for you,
Yeah.
and you gotta ask him to come in. You mind if I come in for a minute?
Yeah. That would be worse. That's all I'm saying. That's our biggest fear.
And then you gotta, and she's like so small.
Dude, she looks like a premature birth, man. Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
you have to like. Are you serious right now? You gotta go get the biggest.
I don't know, like, and she looks worse this season. Like she looked like a little elf like the first season, but she looks like a 40-year-old elf this season.
It's the hairdos.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know if it's I don't know. It's the faces. Like they could they can't cast more attractive people.
Well, they are kids.
Attractive people did exist in the 80s.
I'm saying they're kids, though. Like, we're not even supposed to be looking at them like that.
Well, no, Nancy's not a kid, is she? Are they?
I don't know. She's so awkward. I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead and just assume they are. And never mind.
I mean, I would say maybe she and the older ones aren't, since they're like working jobs and stuff.
I felt
You
like
would
that.
think they're at least 18.
I felt like they were in college, which, although it's creepy.
They are.
Oh, well then fuck that.
Yeah, she was in college.
Yeah.
But her character is in college. I don't know about
Yeah.
her, 'cause she does look young.
So, what did you overall think of the episode? How do you think it stacks up with the other, or not the episode, the season? How do you think it stacks up with the other seasons?
Um, I would say, yeah, it's probably about middle of the road. Um, I like the first couple of seasons more.
Yeah,
Um, I did like last season as well.
I did too.
Last season was uh the one where Harrington was working at the ice cream parlor, right?
Yeah, and he got C blocked by what's her face's sexual preference.
Oh yeah, and then there was her story this season.
Yeah, which as soon as they got over the fact that they had to remind us that she was gay every 5 minutes, because like the first I don't know, I felt like the first 3 episodes they just kind of anytime they talked about Robin, they had to interject like, oh yeah, they had to slide that in there. But then as it progressed, I liked her interaction with Nancy. I like the characters how they kind of intermingle.
Hmm.
I like when they play D&D. That's my favorite out of all the whole series is when they play Dungeons and Dragons. Just when they all have fun and imagine and shit.
I never played that game, nor do I get it.
It's all
Like I don't understand what's going on.
it's basically like Final Fantasy, the board game.
It does seem like there's a lot of talking in it, though.
Yeah, there's narration.
Like
There's a dungeon master that kind of narrates the story. Like
you
I've
seem to know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons.
because of growing up, I had sibling figures that would play, and they would never let me play, and I'd always sit like on the outskirts in the shadows. We'll watch.
Sit at the corner of the stairs, but just out of sight so they can't see.
Oh no, I'm up in the rafters with a cloak.
And then you snicker or something. Get out of here!
Yeah, so like I know I've never, so I can't say I've ever played it, but I do know, I know the gist of it. And then you roll dice, so like that I guess that's hit points. So you need to roll a 20 to for this outcome.
Yeah,
So
but
like, good.
it just seems like they're making it all up as they go.
Yeah,
Like
that's the fun. Well, and
there's no
that maybe not the
structure or guidance that's telling you
well
go
that
this way.
that's the dungeon master, and the dungeon master is responsible for basically telling the story. I would assume a responsible dungeon master would actually have a campaign kind of mapped out ahead of time, so it wouldn't be boring.
And then you gotta do voices too,
I
or
mean, you
that's
don't
just
have to.
extra.
That's extra.
I'm sure I'd do some voices if I played.
Yeah, I kind of want to play, but now it'd be awkward.
Can you imagine trying to find a group of people to play with?
I don't know if there's a
Like the circles you gotta walk through or walk into to try to get someone.
actually there's a game place uh, in my town that they have this little back room where they play games. I bet D&D wouldn't be an issue getting there.
Yeah, there's a comic shop down the street from me that does games
Yeah.
and like I don't know if they still do it because of that thing in the news, but they used to do like every Saturday they just have like open games of like predetermined games that they would play,
Yeah.
and you just show up with whatever it is you need to show up with.
But
Like here, it would be something that was pretty easy to find.
so what did you think of the whole Max thing?
What part of it? That she was targeted?
All of it.
I don't know. She's probably the weakest character for me. It's like
Okay.
she only has one speed or one face
Yeah.
for everything, one emotion.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
So as a character, I mean, I thought she was gonna get got when she was at the graveyard
Well, you know she wasn't
because
gonna
I was
get.
like,
I thought they were all protected.
well, they were teasing because I, for whatever reason, saw like I didn't see spoilers, but I saw like stuff surrounding the season.
Yeah.
So all season they were talking about there's going to be like five characters that died.
Okay.
So
Were
I
there
knew it was
five
coming.
characters?
Um, there were, but they
There's
weren't major.
Chrissy. There's Andrew. There's what was it? Patrick.
Boy, doing pretty good with names. I don't remember any of their names.
Well, I don't know if I'm right or not.
The
There's Eddie.
cheerleader,
That was Chrissy.
the glasses geek.
That was Andrew.
Um, yeah, the varsity teammate.
The other black dude was Patrick. Because
Eddie.
there's only for some reason there's only two. There's Lucas and I had they both had the same haircut except one had like this little wispy mustache, and that's the one that died.
And
I,
he was pretty supportive too to Lucas. Normally, he'd be like, "What are you doing here?"
this is my spot.
Yeah. This is my team. Okay.
You think you could? You think you could just come in here and replace me? We don't even play the same position. You know what I mean.
You gonna, yeah, you gonna be the guy at parties now? But yeah, there's him,
Whoa.
and then some of the adults.
um.
Papa
Oh yeah,
and um, other guy.
yeah. There was the yeah the the guards. There was Eddie. Eddie died.
Yeah,
Jason died. And then Max. Max should have died, man.
I know. She lost
She's
her brother.
she's now my
She might
least
as well have
favorite
gone.
character because Erica was my least favorite until they toned her ass down.
Oh, you didn't like her attitude?
Oh my god, I wanted to smack her in the fucking face.
Yeah, she's kind of in the clique now.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't run her goddamn mouth every five fucking, you know? That's all.
Yeah,
Yep, 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 yep.
with
And,
attitude,
and
everything
it's
with
always that,
attitude.
well, it's that stereotypical, like, I don't know. I just see her as a stereotype.
Well, unfortunately,
I know.
they're pretty spot on.
I know.
that's not that's not far from real life there. I don't know about like her specifically, but you know.
But
Yeah.
she was a lot more mellow this season. So, yeah, Max with her pouting. Oh, life is so dark. The world is pain.
He's still out to get me.
I'm so I'm so dark and moody, but my favorite song is by Kate Bush. Like, what the fuck? All right.
But there you have it. There's our Stranger Things season 4,
Yeah, that was season
3.
4.
Season 4 review.
Yeah. So,
And again, let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree.
where
If
do
you
you
like the
think
season or not.
where do you think they're gonna go with it? Because the next season's the last one.
Yeah. I mean, it all ends at killing Vecna.
Vecna. Well, see, Vecna's not the he's not the leader. It's the he who walks behind the rose thing. I don't know.
Or they're gonna have to get them both.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Like I feel like the whole season's gonna be like it's a kind of like a blow off season, or they've done all the building up they need to do. They know what's here. They know it's still here. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. So it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be like and like you said, the episodes will probably be about 2 hours apiece. Like everything's gonna be honed in on getting to the end point. It might be a short season. Like,
You
I
think so?
mean, I would say this was a short season, episode wise,
Yeah.
not not length, but episode wise, it was a short season. So I say, yeah, it'll be like I don't know, 5, 6 episodes, something like. Oh, not 6,
All right. Well, as we
five to
move on,
seven episodes.
as we move on, any predictions?
Um, I think Steve wins. Nancy.
Okay.
Um, Mike and Elle end up to the strong. Like they're not gonna break up. Lucas might get back with what's her name? What is her name? Why am I
Max?
forgetting her name already? Yeah, Max. Why did I forget her name?
I don't know.
Um, like yeah, it's all just gonna be a continuation.
Okay.
And, Robin is not gonna get with the chick who has a boyfriend.
Yeah, what the hell is that all about? Like,
I
oh,
don't
she has
know.
a boyfriend,
She could tell by how she was looking at her.
yeah,
Like
it's
maybe she was
weird.
just looking. Maybe she wants to just be friends. Do you ever think about that?
Possibly.
No, no, no. That's not the look of a friend. She wants to scissor.
All right. So yeah, I think that's I think we've covered Stranger Things.
Boy, did we! That was a thorough review.
I don't know about thorough, but we did spend some time on it.
So next up, we have. Let's talk a little bit about Arch Manning. You said there's this dude who all of a sudden just fill us in with the story here.
Oh, let me
Arch
get it.
Manning is
There,
overrated.
yeah, there was a recruiter, expert recruiter, quote unquote, that said that Arch Manning would have been a 3-star recruit if not for the fact that his last name is Manning. Um, Recruiting experts have labeled 5-star quarterback in recent Texas commitment Arch Manning as many things, but overrated has not been one of them. However, Mike Farrell, the former national director of recruiting at Rivals and self-proclaimed godfather of recruiting, uh, believe
Okay.
believe
What does that even mean?
well, that means that he's calls himself the godfather of recruiting is what that means. Um, he believes that Arch Manning would be a 3-star recruit if not for the last name. And this is his quote. If his name was Arch Smith, I think he'd probably be a high 3-star quarterback. Um,
That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's his quote. Let's see. Farrell believes Arch Manning hasn't progressed as a quarterback since his freshman season, and at that level of competition he plays against blurs his quality as a prospect. Uh, oh, here's another quote. When he has had to step up against other competition, especially in the playoff game where he looked awful. Wow. It just hasn't translated, Farrell said. Every time I watch other quarterbacks in this class, it knocks Arch down in my head. And that's the end of the article. So basically, Arch Manning is overrated. Y'all got bamboozled. Um, yeah. What do you think?
I think that this guy, well, first of all, just him being the godfather of recruiting or whatever you said,
That's
which,
that's that's how you know he's to be taken seriously.
well, just from that, it just tells me that this guy is just saying something to try to get his name out there.
Oh man, his Twitter is something else.
Yeah, he seems like one of those guys who just says the wildest things so he can get some publicity of being the guy who says the wild things, or well, there's a little bit of that, and then he's also probably saw that um, okay, everybody's saying Arch Manning is, you know, the greatest person to ever touch a football in the history of football.
Yeah. This
So
year.
what if I'm the guy who says he's not? Like, like I could be that guy.
So wait. You're telling me that Mike Farrell would risk his reputation as the godfather of recruiting just for
Yes,
attention?
yes.
Huh.
He put it up, and then yeah, and then if he's wrong, you know, people will probably not bring it up to him or write it off as him being an idiot. It's like, you know, Mel Kiper, I believe, yeah, Mel Kiper, I believe, said Patrick Mahomes was going to be a bust. So
Did
there's,
he?
you know, when when you just try to throw something at the wall to be that guy,
Well,
because you
did
know everybody else is saying something else. Is like, well, if I'm the guy who says the other thing and it comes to fruition, then I look like a genius. But what if it doesn't?
where did Mel Kiper have Mahomes getting drafted to?
Um, I don't even know that. But when he was breaking down his, when he was doing his little quarterback breakdown, he said he was basically a bust.
Mm. I was just wondering if the team that gets drafted or the team that does the drafting factors into that. Because, like, you know, the Browns are going to draft this quarterback. Well, he's going to be a bust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to the New England Patriots are going to draft this quarterback. Oh, he's going to be pretty good. He'll be all right.
Well, I just think. I mean, obviously, it does have. It does have to do with the team,
Right.
because you know, if the Browns draft a quarterback, he's probably going to end up not good for them.
Either that or either that or a alleged rapist.
Now, if you ruin Deshaun Watson, you got there's some real stuff to talk about there if you ruin him.
It's crazy that he is still considered a top 10 quarterback. He must be really
He's
good.
he is good. He deserves every part of that top 10.
Yeah.
Now, the one part of it all is that he's not played for, I don't know, 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
Can you be in the top 10 if you're not even qualified to participate?
well, they put him in there. ESPN, they did a little poll.
Yeah.
Um, no, it wasn't ESPN. They just posted about it.
Oh no,
It
I
was
thought
the
ESPN
players
did
and
it.
coaches.
I thought ESPN did it, and they did it. They interviewed coaches and executives and shit.
Was it? I don't know. I just saw.
It doesn't matter.
I'll be honest with you. I just saw the list.
Yeah, it's a executives, coaches, and players vote. So I don't know. My understanding is the ESPN conducted or kind of coordinated everything.
Right. They just asked the players
Yeah, there was a vote.
who's the top guy.
Or who they thought. Yeah, like who's your top 10?
Yeah, and then probably took it all and said, okay, here's our ranking from this information. So I'm
Right.
saying they didn't do it. They asked people.
Yeah, but I mean, they made it a thing. They got all that.
What are we what are we saying here? We're really getting caught up on the semantics here.
All right, let's just move on.
So anyway, there's this top 10 list. It's on ESPN's website,
Yeah,
so take that
we can agree on
information what
that.
you want to do with it. So here's the top 10 list. We have Aaron Rodgers number 1,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes number 2, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott. And that is your top 10. Top 10 quarterbacks.
When are they gonna learn about putting Rodgers in the top anything?
Well, they love Rodgers.
I, I'm surprised because he's he didn't
Yeah,
get the
but that's
jab
not a
and
thing anymore.
it's true.
And they're on to a new one, apparently.
That
A
and
new.
that and his girlfriend is Blue Sunday or whatever.
He's still with her? I'm surprised he's not done with her already.
Yeah, they got matching
Just
tattoos apparently.
throwing her out like used tissue.
No, no, no. Yeah, they got little matching witchcraft tattoos.
um, but I do see him being. It's a little stretch. I would put Mahomes as 1,
Yeah.
Allen as 2, and then we could talk about Rodgers and Brady at 3 and 4. Especially losing one of his best weapons in Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
That has to hurt. But on the other side of that,
It's not
Mahomes
even.
lost Hill.
It's not even that. Aaron Rodgers has consistently underperformed since he won his Super Bowl forever and a day ago.
I
And they
think this is based on the regular season.
okay, but he's still. What the fuck does that even mean? What? Why? that. I can't. Why? Who gives a shit about the regular season? There's the playoffs. There's the Super Bowl. Isn't that what you want?
Guys, no, we've got to talk about the regular season right now because
And
it's
this.
starting. And we're like a couple weeks away from football, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we are.
August. August starts the Hall of Fame game, and then football's on every week until it's not till
Well,
February.
I think Aaron Rodgers should be at 10. If that, if you're gonna put him in top 10, he needs to be at 10. Um, I ain't mad at you for putting Mahomes and Allen at 1 or 2, though.
I mean, they are clearly the the teams that run the show. Now,
Yeah.
you do have that being said, that's kind of disrespectful to Joe Burrow, because he made it to the Super Bowl last year. So
Yeah, but
you would think that would put him.
he's got to show consistency.
I'm saying you would think that would at least put him over Allen, who has not made the Super Bowl.
Allen has shown
Doesn't
like
even.
consistency though. He's been consistently good. Or
He has
not
been.
he hasn't been consistently good, but he's he's steadily improved, but like, I mean, he was pretty good last season, and then I mean, I guess last
If
season
not
was
for 18 seconds, he'd
no,
be
he
in
was
the.
really good last season, but the season before that he was pretty good. So I mean, he's been consistent. Now Burrow, he they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that should give him some leeway. I mean, we can put him at 9, I guess, but can he do that again?
No.
Would you put Trent Dilfer in a top 10
Well, I
quarterback
mean,
anywhere?
he does have talent, Burrow.
Okay, okay. Well,
He can
so
make all the
to be
throws.
fair, so did Trent Dilfer. Not okay. He couldn't make all the throws, but he had talent.
Yeah, I'm just saying because of like it wouldn't be because of his play that he's not gonna make it back to the Super Bowl. It's because he
Well,
has
you,
to beat
you
Carol or he has to beat golly, he has to beat the Chiefs. He has to beat the Bills.
yeah.
That's why he doesn't make it back. It's not because of, you know, any detriment to him. It's just what he has to go against.
Yeah.
And they didn't get any better, I would say. Like the Bills, they made moves to get better. Um, the Chiefs may or may not have made moves to get worse. We'll see on that. So, I mean, if you were put my foot to the fire, I would say probably the Bills are making it out of that conference. So,
I guess we'll see.
just off of that, he couldn't. He's not going to repeat. But I guess if you're, I guess it's where you're basing this off of. Like if it's off of their previous body of work or their potential as well.
Well, I mean, you have to go based off of their previous body of work plus what their potential. I mean, what they did during the off season. Which, to be honest with you, I don't know what they did.
The Bengals didn't really do anything. They got white helmets, apparently, allegedly.
Yeah,
That's
that's
about all they
enough.
did.
They'll win every game if they.
Like that, that was the extent of their offseason. And
They
yeah,
shored
they
up the
like.
offensive line,
I'm just saying
which is what they
they're
needed to
relatively
do.
quiet.
They needed that. I mean, all they needed to do was work that on their line. They probably shored up some things on defense.
True. Do you have any quarrels with the bottom of the list?
Bear with me. The biggest issue I had was Justin Herbert.
Think he's too high?
God, yeah. Motherfucker didn't even play a full season yet. I'm sick and tired of everybody just on this kid's nuts.
Oh, they need to be. We've already been through. You know where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm the line leader.
yeah. I just
I'm the
don't.
one selling tickets.
And I saw the highlights and stuff, and I don't know. I don't see it.
I mean, uh, we've already established Arch Manning is the best player
Overrated.
to ever touch a football,
Right, right, right.
but Herbert is like right there with him,
Okay.
throwing ones.
I think you should at least have played a full season as a starter to be a top 10 quarterback.
Well,
I don't think being all
it's gonna
hyped
be a
up
season.
is deserving.
Well, I mean, who? If he's not there, then who takes his place?
Anybody. Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, you say.
Yep.
So I don't think people rate him high because of his. He just hasn't been the same since the
No,
since
he
their
hasn't.
collapse.
He's been broken, but hopefully the Colts will give him a change of scenery. Um,
Well, he'll be back in the playoffs for sure.
I don't know. I just think that if you're going to put a quarterback in the top 10, he needs to have played a full season. And Justin Herbert has not.
He didn't play last season. He didn't play the full season.
No, he didn't start. Wasn't he a rookie?
No, not last season.
I gotta give me
This
some
would be
stats.
his. He's going into his third year, I believe.
No way.
I believe so.
You're lying. Why are you such? Why are you such
I
a
am
liar?
not a liar.
Why are you lying?
Yeah,
Professional
I think
career.
I can just check my rookie cards here.
Oh no, you're right. Okay, so he has played this season. And
Yeah, but I just
he only
consult my
threw
rookie
for
cards.
5,000 yards and 38 touchdowns, which is nothing. He needs to work on that.
Only 5,000 yards.
Yeah, barely. He barely got 5,000 yards. What a pansy.
Compared to Ryan's, what, 3,000?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Let's take a look. Matt Ryan.
yeah, 3,000. Well, we'll just say 4,000. That's
Yeah,
fair. We can. I'll give you that. We'll round that up.
those are probably four honest thousand too.
38 touchdowns. So you get. I'm giving you 38 and 31 touchdowns per year. Matt Ryan, you getting 20, 26. So I'm getting 30 touchdowns per year. You're getting 20 touchdowns per year.
Herbert has better weapons on his team though.
Don't go talking about the weapons.
I'm just saying. Can you name a receiver on the Falcons?
Julio Jones.
He ain't there anymore.
He was there. Where did he go?
He went to the Titans, and then the Titans released him.
Oh, well, he had a good run.
Yeah. Last I heard, Brady was trying to get him to the Buccaneers. Well, Brady should be getting asking a real coach to come.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't need a. You can see he makes the coaches.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
my
Mr.
only issue was
Jones is kind of. We'll just say he had his run. He's seen better days.
Herbert. I don't like how everybody's on his nuts.
See, now you can be the godfather of recruiting, and I think Herbert's overrated. If his name wasn't Herbert, or if he didn't have a good season last year,
Right.
no, he'd be a bust.
If he didn't if he didn't throw more touchdowns than interceptions.
And my whole thing is that guy, this godfather of recruiting, he Arch Manning has been recruited since he was like 7 years old. I know. Every time I say it, I probably get earlier and earlier in time, but you get it. He's been since he was an infant. He's been recruited,
Yeah.
and you didn't hear that guy say anything then. Now that he signs with Texas, now he's overrated. I'm saying if he signed it, let's say he signed with Alabama or Georgia, he wasn't going to be overrated then.
I don't know. Maybe this is the first time anybody has asked the godfather of recruiting about it.
You don't have to go ask the Godfather of recruiting. The Godfather just tells you when he needs to talk. You
Well,
listen to him. He probably goes on the streets and tell people, and then they go and tell people. He probably just sits in a chair, like he just sits in the chair. He doesn't get on Twitter or anything. He just sits there, and then he tells his right hand man, and then the right hand man goes and tweets about it or something.
uh,
Sitting in a dark room with the hat pulled down.
the guy who wear the sunglasses.
And he just shows up to give his thoughts and then leaves.
All right. So is anything else on the on the top 10 quarterbacks? I noticed you didn't put Lamar Jackson in there. Any reason why?
Yeah, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, yeah.
You mean Lamar
Hot take.
Jackson? The
I know
greatest
it's a hot
quarterback that,
take.
you know, Lamar Jackson is better than any quarterback that has ever lived combined. What are you talking about?
Well, I need him to prove it to me. Like,
Hey, he was an MVP.
like I've always said, I need there to be 18 seconds on the clock, and you got to take the team down the field.
He was an MVP once. What are you talking about?
I'm sure he was. Didn't they get ousted in the first round that year too?
I can't remember.
They didn't make it too far.
I think they gave it a valiant effort, though. They fought.
Oh yeah, he lost to Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, you can't expect him to beat Mahomes.
I mean, if you're top 10, you should be able to.
Well, that means there's 9 other quarterbacks that could potentially be ahead of you. If we already
Mahomes
agreed
being
that,
one of them.
right, and we both agreed that Mahomes would probably be number one.
Yeah. I mean, you got to beat him at some point. It just means, you know, if he's number one and you're well, I don't put him in the top 10, but let's say someone puts him in the top 10. So if he's number one, you're number 10. At some point, you got to be able to beat him. 1 out of 10 chances, you got to be able to beat him. If you're in
Yeah.
the top 10, or that's at least where I would put it. One of these, if I get 10 chances, I beat you once.
So why is Justin Herbert deserving of a top 10 slot and not Lamar Jackson?
Um, because I've seen him play. I've seen like the throws that he can make, the how hard he throws the ball. Like he's one of the molds of that quarterbacking thing. It's not about him running the ball or anything, because Josh Allen would be the best at that point. But I don't know. It's just he throws it a lot better than Jackson. If Jackson, I've seen I've seen Jackson miss some wide open targets that are running right down the middle of the field. Oh, there was one that was just really bad. Like, a guy bust open on a streak, and he missed him.
But he's Lamar Jackson was still an MVP, and he still had the best statistical year running and passing that any quarterback has ever had.
True,
So why does that not put him at the top 10?
because I don't believe in him.
Okay.
I mean, he could be in the top 10. you know, this these the players and the coaches voted on this stuff, so they dictated that he's not in the top 10.
True.
But I happen to agree with them that he's not a top 10 guy.
I'm just, yeah, I just think it's interesting.
Now, I'm surprised someone like Dak Prescott's there, someone like Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played in 2 years, is there,
Yeah.
as opposed to like someone who had a good season last year, like,
Baker Mayfield.
well, I wouldn't say that either. We're talking about good quarterbacks here. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to think of like other quarterbacks that
Yeah,
it's
as I
not
think
easy.
about it, it seems like a pretty solid list.
Right.
Like you think of people who are to replace, you're not going to replace someone like Kirk Cousins or
Oh no.
whoever. Uh,
Although
what's
I
that
think you
dude's
could
name? Jared Goff. He's not going to be in the top 10.
no. Although I think you could at this point kind of switch out Kirk Cousins with Dak Prescott.
No.
Oh yeah. I think both are pretty solid. Both will win you games, but when it comes to the clutch time, both will just shit themselves.
I still don't. He still didn't make that play, or he didn't make that call
What call?
to run a quarterback sneak with. Oh, I forgot the amount of time left. It was like a minute left, and they ran that quarterback sneak. The Cowboys that
Mm-hmm.
caused them the game. He didn't make that call.
But he still didn't execute.
What was he supposed to do?
Score a touchdown. He's the quarterback.
Apparently,
He's the leader. He needs to lead by example.
I guess it is his fault for going with the play. He should have said, "No, we're not going to do that. Take the hike and just throw it, just throw it out of bounds or something. Take your intentional grounding or something." Like I don't know what they were trying to do in that moment. They weren't in field goal range. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to get in field goal range, get down real quick. Um, and again, this was kind of a long time ago, so I don't remember if they had timeouts or anything. So I want to say they didn't, which makes it even worse of a play.
Yeah.
It was like a panic. They're like, "Yeah, just do this."
Well, I still like I like Dak Prescott. I've liked him since he was at Mississippi State, but he's quickly quickly sinking to the mediocre category.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't put him in the mediocre category. I'd put him in the, like you said, I'll win you a handful of games, but I'm not going to win you any big time games category. Now, could be wrong on that, but
He's basically just Tony Romo,
right.
which what is it about the Cowboys and just being content with the Tony Romo types?
Well, someone comes around and gets you winning games, getting you on TV, getting you talked about. I
Yeah.
think that's good enough for a jury. Like, yeah, I want to win a Super Bowl, but they're talking about us. That's I find that a lot better. That's how you stay America's team. They talk about you.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap it up with our final topic here. Big news in the NCAA. Did you hear about the Pac-10? Kind of losing two big names. Well, at least one big name.
Yeah, so the Pac-10 is disintegrating.
Well, the for now UCLA and USC are going to the Big Ten.
Which doesn't make sense at all,
It
in
kind
the
of doesn't.
least.
No.
Like, when you're playing your conference games, you're gonna have to go cross country, cross
Hmm.
time zones to
Yeah,
play
just
these
them.
teams. Yeah,
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Penn States would have to, Rutgers would have to go to L.A. to play,
right.
so that
So
would
it
kind of
make
suck.
what I'm just saying, all these teams you have to cross time zones to play
Yeah,
them, which doesn't make sense at all.
I don't know. It's all about getting that Big Ten network boosted.
Well, I mean, with Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC, I think you do have to like beef up your conference if
Right.
you can to compete. Because, like we said, I think the NCAA does not have any problem putting four SEC schools in the playoffs
Yeah,
and leaving everybody else in the dust.
they will do that in a
So,
heartbeat. In fact, they would love that if that happened.
yeah, so you have to beef up your conference so that it's like, oh, okay, that conference is good, but look at ours. We have just as many heavy hitters. Now, USC, UCLA, they're not like competing for national championships right now, but they're big in name value.
Yeah,
They
it's
get they pull in the 5-star recruits and everything, so
it's just
it
gonna be
brings stuff.
it's gonna be interesting watching those pampered little fucks play in snow.
I think they're a lot more gritty than you
They're
would
not.
think.
They're first of all, California. There's nothing gritty about California. It's all fucking fluff and Marshmallows. Every
And avocado toast.
an avocado toast. Everybody in California is a fucking pansy. A fucking self-entitled fart huffing pansy. And that extends to their athletics. So,
I don't know. There might be some blue collar.
nope, they're not. Because the blue collar people cross that California state line, and then they just become flower wielding pansies.
Like, oh, I can retire now from being blue collar.
Yeah.
I can drive a Tesla and eat avocado
Oh,
toast.
I'm gonna go to California. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Marjorie. We're just about to hit the California state line. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, fabulous.
Let's go get half a grapefruit
California.
and split it,
Yeah.
and some sparkling water to wash it down.
Sparkling water with lemon. Organic
Yeah.
lemon.
Oh, it's got to be organic. Can't be having non-organic. You know,
Oh,
these places now. They speaking of organic, these places now they got all this stuff, vegan and
yeah.
organic and I don't know, all this healthy stuff now.
Hmm.
The game's changed since we were, you know, healthy to us was taking the bun off of a Big Mac.
Right. Getting a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Getting a small fry.
And eating half of it. Oh, they got. Have you ever seen like the extra small fry at McDonald's?
Um, no.
They put them in Happy Meals,
Okay.
and the box is so small. Well, they put them in Happy Meals, but then they used to have like a special where you got like the small fry,
Okay.
and yeah, that box was so small. I would always joke there's like 15 fries in it, because that's how small that little box thing was that holds the fries.
Right.
It's like,
That's just
man,
not enough.
I'm not a
15
big.
fries.
What place would you say has the best fries right now? Fast
Right.
food place.
Um, I- Five Guys is pretty good.
I've never had their fries.
They're pretty good.
I've had their shakes. I've had their burgers. I like the burgers. I like the shakes.
Yeah, you should get try their fries. I mean, if you like they're not crispy. They're like
Oh,
the
well, I'm out.
okay.
They're like soggy.
Yeah, they're like real potato fries, so they ain't them fake starchy fries that you get at like McDonald's.
Well, I like the crispy stuff.
Yeah.
Not too much. I can't have too much. I don't know. Too much sogginess. You know, like the waffle fries. I don't like those
Yeah.
kind of fries. They don't cook right.
Yeah, you have to almost get a deep fryer.
Yeah,
I don't think
or an air
cooking them in the
fryer.
yeah, or an air fryer. Oven doesn't work.
Unfortunately,
I like the fries from Steak and Shake. Those are pretty good.
I've never had those fries either.
Oh, see, you should try those.
See,
They're crispy.
I ask about fries, and then you say all these places that I've never had. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, those places. They're they're special occasions for me. When I say fast food, it's like when I say fast food, I'm talking about like Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's. Five Guys and all that. That's like once a paycheck type places.
So Steak and Shake is once a paycheck.
Yeah, aren't they like $10? You get out of there with like $10 for a meal.
Well, that's all of them now, thanks to Biden inflation.
I don't know what you said there, but I'm not gonna make you say it again.
Oh, let me repeat it.
I think I know what you said, but I don't know what you said.
Thanks to Biden inflation.
Oh, there you go. Now you've said it.
Yeah, that's an amalgamation of of the idiot that pretends to be president and the inflation that unfortunately is not pretending. If only the if only the inflation was as legitimate as the person running things, that'd be great.
Oh, now we're getting into politics. I think that's signaling the end of the show this week.
Oh yeah, I think we should probably wrap it up.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But, if you agree with anything, let us know in the comments. If you disagree with anything, let us know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good week, everybody.